Okay, so what I did, it looks like just a plain old filing cabinet, but it's not. I know you could see my plants and stuff, but anyway, you open this drawer, you can see inside that there is a grate all the way through it, and the only thing that I ended up using, and this took me about 35-40 minutes to make. Well, let me move away from the light. Is this metal grate right here. You can go get it from Home Depot, you can get it from anywhere. This is what I cut mine out of. It works really well. I know it's kind of a shitty recording, but I'm doing it with my phone, so bear with me. But so the only thing I did was if you look here, I can completely pull this out. And this is it, you know. It's not that big. I just took the file cabinet drawer. I actually cut it from the bottom, and I just cut 1 inch lip all the way around it. I'll actually pull this drawer out so you can see it. Super simple. If you look, you can kind of see I had black marks all the way around it. I just literally cut 1 inch, gave it a 1 inch lip. I gave it a 1 inch lip from the edge here to the edge here. This is 1 inch right here. So when you do that on the inside, basically what you're gonna get is something like this. It'll be like that. It'll have a 1 inch lip all the way around it. So then you cut your grate, and it just sits on that 1 inch lip. And it's not perfect. If you look, it's not perfect all the way around. It's not. And it can move, it can be taken out, and that works really well. And the next thing that I did, so the top one I haven't done anything with. The top one is still just complete, normal. Because I'm going to use that for a hanging. I'm actually going to, with the top one, I'm actually going to put a hinge here and a hinge here and connect it right here to this outside. But the bottom, simple. That's it. And you just put a pan on that with your wood chips in it. And actually, where the holes are normally, you see these little screws right here? These little screws, they had these metal bars right here that would hold your files. I just took my grinder and cut those off, and then I just screwed them back in. So they just come out. Just like that. That's how it would be normally. You see that? That's how it would be normally. But anyways, so I took that, I cut these out. That way you don't have to have these anymore. And then it's just like this. And you can see where I cut it off at. And then where that was on the bottom, where that hole was, I actually just took my drill, I elongated it from left to right, just stuck the drill in that hole and just pushed it left and pushed it right. Made it big enough because this is kind of flat. If you could see, it's flat. And I pushed that through. Obviously you can't push it through with your plug. So I took my plug and I cut it. I pushed it through, and then I wrapped my tape around, and then that gave me this right here. So that's at the bottom. long story short, I mean, you could see the idea. And then I got one more drawer that goes on top, and then one more that will be, I'm going to cut this open. I'm going to put hanging racks in here in the top. So where this is open, let me back up here. Where this top drawer is open here, from here to here, I'm actually, all this right here is not going to be there. I'm going to cut this off. Get rid of all this. I'm actually going to make this a door. It's going to open. It's going to open this way. So it's going to open, and then all of this in here is going to be a hanging rack. This rack right here, this one right here, which I already have right there. Here, I'll put it in and show you. Give me a second. Hold on. So what you can see now is that I got my bottom where my pan is, where I'm going to go ahead and just put my chips. And I got 2 grates for smoking. And then this one right here is going to be where I'm going to put all my hanging meat. So I'm going to put a little deal. I'm going to put a little deal that goes basically from here to this back side. I'm going to drill 2 holes. I'm just going to use metal coat hangers and run them through little lines. And I'm going to drill holes. I'm going to drill holes here, 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 and here. And then that's going to go ahead and give me a spot of lines ran across, almost like a coat hanger. I mean, almost like a clothesline. And then I can just take paper clips and run them and hold my meat on it, just like that, right on top of it. So basically, anyway, that's the build that I have of, it only probably took me 35 minutes to build this. Altogether, it's cost me $35. I've spent $20 for the file cabinet I found on Craigslist. I spent $10 for the little burner, and you want to try and make sure that you get one of these that is electric, that has these like almost old school electric burners, because they work the best. But I picked this up for $10 off of Craigslist again. I guess the people said they found it on Amazon. I don't know what their price was, but it's like brand new. I've seen them going for anywhere $40 to $50, but I'm not about to pay that. But altogether, this has cost me $35 because for my work, I bought a sheet of this, and I guess you can get this at Home Depot or from any metal place. It just is great. It was actually just a piece. It was this, and then the 2 pieces I cut off. So you get this, and it's really durable. I mean, it's really strong. Look. If you look, I'm putting all my weight. And it's like pushing that over. I actually laid the drawer down and stood on it, on top of it, and it didn't even go in. So it's really strong. You can cook 2 full turkeys in this if you wanted to. But anyway, yeah, there's my build of my file cabinet smoker. I mean, I'll make an update once it gets further along, but that's where I'm at right now, and it's really simple. The biggest thing you have to do is just measure out the bottom of these drawers here, and then just make sure you just do a 1-inch lip. Again, if you look, it's just a 1-inch lip. That's all I did. I just left a 1-inch lip all the way around, because then it gives you space that for when you cut your metal. I think I cut my metal like 15.5 inches by 24.25 inches is my metal. But again, it makes it easy. It's not too hard to do. So yeah, if you have any questions or comments or anything, go ahead and feel free to ask me. But I mean, it's really, really simple. A lot of people make it really seem difficult. The hardest thing again is just cutting out the bottom of those drawers. And the only tools I used was this drill and this grinder. Other than that, I didn't use anything other than these to pull the wire through, that to clip the wires, and that, you know, is the electrical tape. So other than that, I mean, I didn't use any tools. I only used, what, 4 tools. And you can see them all right there. That's everything I used to do this whole build. Super simple, super easy. I know you see my beer, old school. I like to keep it old school. Mr. Mickey's. But, you know, again, I mean, if any of you guys have any questions, feel free to ask.